Good evening, everyone. Nice to have you all on
Hey,
here.
Amber.
Hi. Everybody here. You can unmute yourselves if you'd like to have a chat and say anything. Basically, I just want to do a recap of our challenge today, or our challenges. I haven't had a huge amount of time to be able to get onto the computer today and check out everybody's Facebook Lives, but I've seen a couple just as I was putting my 4-year-old to bed, and they're getting better and better, guys. So congratulations. Carolyn, I really loved yours today. I thought that was fantastic. Well done. So another of our challenge was to get a journal and plan your day tomorrow. So my day, again, is a little bit crazy tomorrow. We've got our local show this weekend, and I'm, of course, on the fundraising committee for the school, and we're doing the show bags and the drink stand and the barbecue, so we're sort of full on trying to get ready for that. So my tomorrow is going to be pretty jam-packed just with that, but there's a few people that I want to follow up with that I've spoken to this week. So I have scheduled them in for tomorrow. And, I'm just going to be able to do those. One of them's on Facebook chat, so I'm just going to be able to send her a message. And then some other ones are just, really quick phone calls to see how they're going and where they're up to. And what we're going to do is then continue planning and so on until it becomes a habit and we just do it naturally and we do it every day. We spoke about ticking off our tasks so that we can celebrate them as we go. And then, which has turned out to be a little bit confronting for people, I think, is the affirmations. So writing out your affirmations and popping a photo of your list in the group, and I've seen a few of those as well, and then writing a list of books that you'll read before the end of the year. I love reading personal development books. I've opened a lot and I've, closed them again immediately because I think you can tell the quality of a personal development book pretty much as soon as you start reading. But I've just had a few that I've read 3 pages and it's just really, really resonated with me, and I've just continued to read it pretty much all in one setting. So I know that you guys have probably come across that as well. And Wendy, I haven't come across that book that you mentioned. I don't even remember what it was called now. The Bible of something. What was it called?
The
Winner's
Bible.
That's it. Yeah.
Apparently he coaches, like the All Blacks, mentally and top sports people and stuff like that. And there's actually a Bible you can follow through. So
wow.
I'm not up to that stage yet, but looking forward to it. So it's a book I think you have to. I got it from the library originally, and then realised that it's something you have to take time to work through.
Yeah. Okay.
So I bought it and at the beginning of it.
Yeah. So that's going to be really good. Yeah. So something that I like to do as well is schedule in my reading time or my personal development time. A lot of the times you can't just go, I'll read a few pages before bed, because the minute that I plan something to do something like that, a kid wakes up or a kid spews or, something like that, and my plan is put out the window. Like my kids were sleeping so good until this week where I had to get up at 6 a.m. and I wasn't going to bed till, midnight, and now they're sleeping crap. It's just Murphy's Law. But I'm going to put it out there that maybe that should be on my board. My children are awesome sleepers and it is hard to wake them up. Maybe I should do that, but I haven't yet. Okay, so yes, thank you, Wendy. That would be great. I'm going to put that on my list, I think. So I posted up my affirmations today and my list of books. And then I saw everybody else's affirmations, and I think you guys have put me to shame. So congratulations. I think you have been very thorough, and I think you've taken a lot more time with that than I did. I know that what my priorities are and what I really want to achieve, but I didn't really, delve or drill a little bit further down like you guys did. So that was really good. Would anybody like to sort of share how they found that challenge. I'm gonna get to Katrina in a minute because I saw her status today and it really spoke to me. But just anyone else? Does anyone else want to just unmute themselves and have a chat about how they went today? Yeah, go for it, Jamie.
I was actually kind of rubbing my hands together when you said about the challenges today, because I am literally covered where I am in my office in affirmations. I have
I saw that.
long-term ones, short-term ones, from the I'm intelligent, confident, beautiful, blah, 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 to my big long-term goal, my short goal. I love how easily qualified prospects enroll in my business weekly. My global team are helping people daily to improve their lives. Like, I'm covered. So that was cool. The books, although I hadn't written them down, I have a pile under my desk. Some that I've started, I haven't actually posted it in the group though. Some that I had started and not finished. Others I had been struggling to really get my hands on from the Getting Started training. But I've just got all of them now in either PDF or audio or whatever. What was the other thing? Oh, the planning. So I have... my big board has meetings, catch-ups, others, my focus areas for the week, my weekly goal, my upcoming catch-ups, Facebook post ideas, and who I need to follow up with on it anyway. And then I've just, after Friday, what day is it today? Friday last week, I actually spoke to one of my upline because I'd had a shit week that week as well with my back, and I was feeling really blah. I didn't achieve any of the things I had written on my boards, and actually, although I plan on a Sunday and I plan every night, I wasn't hitting what I wanted to. So I actually changed my whole strategy and started blocking out big chunks of my day for certain activities. So I actually went through all of that with him on Friday night, and thankfully I did, because then I did my back on Saturday night as well. It was good for me to go over and especially this morning hear about some of those extra kind of tick boxes and stuff, which I don't really do. So I did get stuff out of today's challenge, but I also kind of sighed and went, cool, I'm on the right path with something. So that was, for me, really good, because I feel so off the path sometimes.
Yeah, fair enough. I think by the sounds of it, you could teach all of us a thing or two about how to set goals and how to, write our affirmations out and have them in front of us. And sounds like you're doing really well in that department.
It's what we all have experience in though. So I'm a qualified coach and trainer when it comes to business. So those things come really naturally to me. I've been doing it for 10 years. So that's something I can do, whether it can be talking to a prospect. Like, that's been a whole other kettle of fish for me. So.
Yeah. So just on that, how was your day gone? You had a sign up today?
I did have a sign up today. Wow. So he's a guy I've been speaking with since November in Sydney. He is in his late 40s. He has a teenage son, late in his teens, that suffers really badly with acne. And himself, he suffers with tendinitis and some other health issues. We had mutual friends somehow on Facebook and we connected, but it's always been waiting for the right time for him in his mind and mindset. He's had stuff going on. So he contacted me yesterday and said, can I call you tomorrow night? I said, yep, no worries. And said, right, I want to buy basic pack 2 for my son. And and I want to start the business as of Wednesday next week. Mentally can't do it until Wednesday. I've got a lot going on. Wednesday's my day off. So we'll set up an introduction call.
Fantastic.
Let me know next steps, all of that kind of stuff. So that's been a long process with him, but he's a really lovely guy, very determined. So we'll see how that goes.
Terrific.
And another friend of mine from my old job at the bank, he's an Indian guy. His missus just left on Tuesday to go back to India with their young baby boy. He's kind of been waiting to have some more time up his sleeve because firstborn child has been giving him grief. Mum's not been coping. He's pretty much been working full time and doing everything and was just overloaded. So we chatted tonight. He had a couple of questions. So sent him a little bit more information, but also scheduled a call with Upline on Monday. So he's looking forward to getting started too. And he's going back to India in November with his whole entire family from the UK, US, Europe. Like there's hundreds of them all converging in India for a big family get-together. So I said to him, you'd want to kind of be good for you to get your knowledge up with the business before you go over there, because we're launching in India, but you've also got family coming over from all of the countries that we're opening. You have that little bit more knowledge, you can share information, and you never know what that may lead to, and you can do some networking while you're in India as well.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Tara, you're on fire. Jamie, sorry. I just seen Tara.
I answered both.
You are on fire. Breaking into the Indian market will be very, very exciting. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a successful day.
Busy afternoon.
Celebrate that one.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And I got my Facebook Live in with like 5 minutes to go.
Oh, I haven't seen it. How'd you go? Should we watch it now?
No, we shouldn't. It was terrible.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure. See, Hallie survived. You'll survive.
But yeah, cool.
You know
so
what?
good day. Hope everyone else.
That's awesome. I'm going to mute you so you can't tell me not to do it, because I'm going to do it. I'm going to go and have a look. If I can find my internet page. I've got that many things open. It's absolutely crazy. Okay, can we all see this? Yes? Thumbs up? I can't hear you, Jamie. Sorry. I know you're telling me just to go and do it, aren't you? I can't read lips either. Okay. This could be a little slow. My internet at the moment is not being very friendly with me. Here we go.
Good evening, Facebook land. Jane here. I wanted to say
Let's try again. Oh, you might get out of this with technical issues, Tara. Jamie, oh my God, you seriously need to change that on your Facebook.
Jane here. I wanted to say a quick hello this evening. I have been challenged this week to do a few Facebook Live posts as part of a business challenge. So I'm actually trying to get in before my next business meeting tonight at 8:30 Adelaide time. So a very quick hello this evening, and hopefully I've just made it, which is fantastic. So
no, my internet's not going to let me see the rest of it, but that's okay. I come back to you, Jamie. Sorry, we can't watch the whole thing. My internet has just, I don't know what it's doing. Maybe I've got too many things open and I'm trying to do too many things at once, but it's not letting me do anything. I can't even unmute you now. Can you unmute yourself? Yeah, awesome. So I don't know what the rest is that you said, but yes, you did just sneak in, so well done.
my profiles are public, so you can all go have a look and whatever. It wasn't as bad as your internet made it sound. I promise it wasn't that bad.
No, my bad there. But you know, it's all about getting in front of the screen, and it doesn't matter what you talk about. It doesn't matter how long you talk for. It's all just about getting in front of it and getting comfortable with talking to your phone pretty much, because that's what you're doing. You know, it can be off-putting when people join you. You know, I'd probably have a fit if Lyndon ever joined one of mine, which is highly unlikely. But I think it can put you off as well. So as good as it is to see who's joining you and give them a bit of a shout out, it can also be a little bit unnerving. Would anybody else like to share about how their day went, their affirmations, their journaling? Anybody would like to recommend an amazing book for the rest of us? No, that's all cool. That's fine. Tonight's special guest is with the beautiful Katrina, who is looking lovely for all of us tonight. Now, the reason that I've asked Katrina to speak today is because, you know, I mean, we can sort of think that all these affirmations are simple and everybody does them, and, you know, they're taught to us from the get-go, so everybody's used to them and all the rest of it. But you know, Katrina's post in our group about it, finding it really challenging, and the reasons why she finds it really challenging really did resonate with me, and I understood where you were coming from, Katrina, and I don't think I'm alone in that. I think there's a lot of people who would feel the same way as you. So I'd really just like to, you know, get your take on today, why you found it such a challenge, and how you went with it in the end. It was quite emotional for you, I think.
It was, yes. Thanks, Amber. Thanks, everybody, for having me on tonight. Actually, today wasn't as hard as what I have found in the past. It actually started when I first joined up, and we've all got our, you know, business kits to start and whatnot. And I was sitting down, and I literally remember I've got a big lounge, and I had maybe 5 different books out. I was all prepared, different coloured papers and stick-it notes, and I had the laptop out and I had my phone out, different coloured pens. I wanted to, you know, have everything perfect. And then I had things written here and there and everywhere. And then I just burst into tears because I was so lost in regards to, you know, just feeling, how do you feel good about yourself when you hadn't been brought up that way? When, you know, and I don't mean to put blame anywhere else, but I think those sorts of things about, you know, self-respect and that, they should be taught, you know, to our children from a very young age. And you grow up and you know, you learn to treat other people like that.
Yeah.
So I literally rang my upline Beck in tears, and she's like, hang on, take a step back. What's happening? You know, I was even Googling how to write a story about myself, or, you know, literally what was an affirmation and how do you think positive about yourself? And she talked me through it, and I started with goals, and I said, but everybody else wants, you know, like glitter coloured cars and mansions with, you know, pylons covered in gold. And I said, that's not me. Why should I be putting those sorts of things on my dream board like that? That's just, it's not me. And she goes, well, what do you want? I said, to be honest, I said, if I could earn a little bit of money to be able to put some money toward a family holiday, or, you know, like we're renovating the house, you know, just to take the burden off my partner, you know. I mean, he's an extra 10 years older than me, and You know, he works from sun up till sundown, and the thought of us, you know, being able to go away on a holiday, he'd probably sleep through most of it anyway because he's so exhausted. You know, I was really lost. I just had no idea what to do. And then I think it was the following day. So I wrote down a few things, and she goes, well, you know what? She says, somebody else's dreams don't have to be yours. This is why they're yours. And she said, you know what? You know, I respect you for saying that. So I did what I felt comfortable with at the time. And funnily enough, I had a client the next day, and she's come in and, you know, she's done business coaching. She's probably done a lot of the same sort of business coaching that Tracy Seacombe has done as well. And she knew straight away that something was wrong. And I've known this woman for probably close to 15. Yeah, actually, well, she knew me when I was pregnant with my first child, so it's about 16 years. And she said, what's wrong? I said, nothing. Come on, sit down, come in. It's your time to relax. Let's do your hair. She said, no, there's something wrong. And she literally stood there like that, like she wasn't going to take no for an answer. So I explained what was going on. She goes, right. And she looked around the salon and she found some paper and she drew this triangle. And I wished I had have had time to find it. I would have shown you. Thanks, Amber. 5 minutes notice.
Gonna keep you on your toes.
She literally did this pyramid about, you know, affirmations and things. And she said at the end of the day, she said, it's not that you don't know how to do these things. She says, you don't know how to respect yourself. You don't know how to feel good about yourself. She said, so what I need you to do is, and it was literally what you did today, Amber. So I think you need to give credit, you know, for yourself, saying, you know, you are this and you are that and you are that. She said, you need to acknowledge those facts. I am a good person. I am a good mother. I am a good wife. I am a good hairdresser. You need to acknowledge all of those, what we think are small things, but that's who we are and that's what makes us. So to have both my customer and my upline, they sort of really pulled me back into shape. And then later on that night, Beck actually wrote an anonymous post on Facebook saying that she'd had a conversation with somebody, and it really sort of opened up her eyes, going, you know what, not everybody's dreams are the same and not everybody wants to shoot for the stars. You know, maybe it's a confidence thing for me. I would much rather have myself and my teammates work towards goals that I know are achievable, because I think for myself, like, I congratulate everybody that goes, you know what, I'm going to be on that stage and I'm going to shake, you know, Wendy and Ray's, you know, Randy's hands, and I'm going to get that diamond check. But I don't want to feel bad upon myself or have someone look down upon me going, well, guess what, you did, you know, you didn't do it. But if I can get to that family holiday and I know that, you know, I did that off my own back, that's awesome. Then I can work towards something else and something bigger and bigger. And I think that, to me, gives me more incentive to want to keep going, rather than aiming for that really big one and not getting there and then just falling back down again. You know, I've had someone like that in my life that's no longer around, that was always sort of, you know, keeping us under the thumb. But now is my time. I think over the last year, I've really matured in myself. And as corny as it sounds, it really is through this. I mean, I've been in, you know, in retail for, you know, 25 years, and I've never felt this confident as what I have. I don't want to cry, is a recording. Since
I'll
meeting
join you. It's okay. I'll join you.
So that's my journey. And still it gets me in the guts, you know, like when you said, can you get on and speak? And I went, oh, I felt so terrible that day. Like today wasn't as bad, but that day I literally broke down. I was so lost because I didn't know what to think of myself, and how do I put good things down on paper when I didn't feel them, you know. But now I can look around and I can see, I know that I'm capable of things, but you know, when you don't get told, and you shouldn't have to be told, but it is nice, you know. So I did this, I am where I am, you know. When I look in, you know, my back office and I see, you know, I've got this person, I've got that person, and you know, I've been able to talk to that person and educate them here. And like I said earlier on, you know, even when I'm not busy out on the street, you know, because we've all got our own, you know, setbacks, I'm always there. Message me. I'll find the link for you. I've got, things everywhere. I'm always there for everybody, and like I said, this is almost like another family, and I think my husband finds it really hard to understand why I keep hanging on. He's gone, just give it up, you're not really doing anything, but I know that it'll pick back up. But I think for me, it's the support of all you guys. So whether or not the business is there, just the inspiration that you guys pass on. And I think that that's something super, super special that other companies don't share.
Yeah.
I've got other friends in other companies, and they've got nothing like what we've got here. This is such an awesome group. And it's not just the girls either. I mean, Peter last night, I've been friends with him for several months on Facebook, but never thought to reach out. And as I said to Steph today, we were on the phone for over an hour. God love her. She's awesome.
She is.
I said, after hearing Pete last night, I will definitely reach out to him. So it's not just a girly thing that I've got with you guys. Thanks, Amber. You've always, included me and made me feel like, I'm not a bother and whatnot through this last hustle, whatever. So thank you, guys. Just keep on keeping on, I suppose, and keep it real, tears and all.
Thank you so much for sharing tonight. That was amazing. I think you've made us all realise that, what could possibly be a small task for somebody is a mammoth task for somebody else, depending on their past circumstances or their current circumstances. And, you can't just assume, and I probably did that this morning. Just go out and write your affirmations. Simple, Not for a second did I think that would have such a massive emotional impact on somebody. So when I saw your post, Katrina, I thought, oh, crap, but that's why I really wanted you to share tonight, because I think it's important to know that not everybody's journey is the same. And like you said, not everybody wants the massive mansion and the Maserati, but some people do.
It would be nice if you want to come and mop the floors.
If you get a cleaner like Stephanie's going to, and then you'll be fine.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. I think that was very heartfelt, very honest, and you're a natural speaker, so I don't know what on earth you were afraid of, but you did a brilliant job. Thank you so much.
Over to the studio.
Okay. Kim, I'd love to hear from you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just wondering, Katrina, is that the pyramid? Hang on. Can you see it?
No, I think your screen's too bright. I can't see it.
Oh, gee. Hang
on. Try again. I'll make it bigger. No.
Okay. Well done. Okay. I know what you're talking about, the pyramid. And I'll send it to you because I actually sent it to Amber today. Remember that? The hierarchy of needs.
The hierarchy of
That's
needs.
The pyramid that you were just talking. That's the pyramid that you were just talking about. I actually bought the book today off Kindle.
Oh, good.
And it's absolutely amazing. Oh, you can't see it, but I'll put it up. It's absolutely amazing reading, and it's sort of the pyramid of you need to deal with these issues before you can deal with the top one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, I've just started it.
I'd love
It's
it if
really,
you took a screenshot of that and put it in the group. That'd be great, Kim.
Yeah. My girlfriend is studying, she's doing counselling at the moment, and I think I just had an emotional day with my son last night, and that's why I wasn't on last night. And oh God, I've spent about 5 hours just talking to her, and she just really lifted my spirits and said, you need to read this book because it goes back to your childhood. of what you were missing in your life.
Right.
And so it's really good reading. So
Cool.
yeah, you guys are really good. I just sent Aaron a message this morning that you're really good and I love working with you.
If everybody could do that, that would be awesome.
It gave me the thumbs up.
Oh, is that all?
Gave me a message back. And the funny thing, it was 4:44. That seems to, be around me all the time. I wake up at 4:44 every morning.
4:44. There must be something to that, Kim. Have you looked into that?
It's It's a spiritual thing. I am on the right path.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'd love you to do? The link that you sent through to me, would you mind posting that in the group as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. Because I did a counselling diploma years and years and years ago, and I remember Maslow's hierarchy of needs as a title. I think that'd be really interesting for people to have a look at, when they're not going anywhere, and they can have a good old cry and a bit of an in-depth look at their life and a bit of reflection. That'd be great. We all need that every now and again. Cool. Thank you.
And just before we came on, I ran into this contact about 12 months ago, and he was talking about he had really bad knees from playing football. And I remember Steve Baker, had really bad knees at one stage, and he was using the reserve and I think Affinity for about 6 months. So it was really hard to get in contact with this guy, and he was sort of busy, and then I was busy, and so we never got that connection. He actually contacted me on LinkedIn tonight, and he said, I remember you, Kim, and we need to have a meeting very soon. And I went, thank you.
High five yourself. Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you think that's because you're getting yourself out there a little bit more on the social media?
Oh, I did my live, my Facebook Live, and actually 2 people shared it.
Wonderful.
So far, 10 people have requested friends with me. So, asking me, what are you doing? I actually did a 3-way call with Angela yesterday with the Fijian guy. He's ready to sign up. Wonderful. So he's just got to do the initial part 1, part 2 sign up, which is going to be a long, he knows he's got to do it before the 30th of September. Mm-hmm. I've got such a list here that I actually got to do follow up. I actually sent off about 10 links today.
Wow.
So
what an amazing day.
Yeah. Oh, I just love the cold calls.
I don't know if I've ever had anybody say that before.
I think if I'm having a bad day, I do cold calls, and it actually cheers me up.
Yeah. Well, you're a unique woman.
I think it's that. I think it's that interaction with people, because I'm a bubbly person. So
and it does put you on a high when you get that person saying, responding positively to you.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. I've actually read that book called Go for No.
Yep.
Has anybody read that book?
I've read parts of it. I haven't finished it. Yeah. And it takes the pressure off, doesn't it? You've got to go into it with that kind of mindset.
Yeah. Just keep calling until you get 50 no's.
Did you see the comment?
10 yeses.
Sue reckons we should all watch you do cold calls tomorrow. I agree.
I'm actually at work tomorrow.
Oh, excuses.
No, but I've got a good script here. I actually got it off Wendy Goldsack, so it's a good script that I got off her.
Well, share it in the group. We'd love to have a look. That'd be great.
Yeah. All right, I'll do that.
Beautiful. Thank you, Kim. Thanks for the recommendations of the book there as well. That was wonderful.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And I've just seen Paulini come on. Welcome, Paulini. Hope you're enjoying tonight's call. I know that you enjoyed last night's call. Just now, I actually want to put Sue on the spot. Sorry, Sue. But I saw your Facebook Live. See? Facebook Live gets you seen. It's wonderful. I saw your Facebook Live about this event that you went to, and I just wondered if you could talk a little bit more about that.
Oh, okay, thank you. I went to an event that was put on by Top Ride City Council where I live, and it was an event that was partnered also with Optus. So it was at the Optus headquarters out at Macquarie Park. There was actually quite a lot of business people there. They're all business people and entrepreneurs. I didn't do any networking as such. I went because I wanted to find out a little bit about Google, who were presenting, and a little bit about some other tips and tricks that we learned. So the Facebook Live was just the tips that we were given. And one of the things that Google told us was to actually be able to get your business on Google and be noticed. If you were to go to google.com/business or download the Google Business app, it costs you like very little to actually get your listings on Google. And I know that you'll see when you Google a type of business, you get like a little map that comes up, and there's little flags on the map, and they show you a number of businesses in that area that you're in. That's basically what we're talking about. He showed us a way to be able to see stats on our own business if we've actually advertised it through Google in any way in the past. And it was relatively cheap actually. It was like, I think it was $5 a month or something, $5 a week or $5 a month to actually get your business up there. He couldn't tell us any of the algorithms behind how Google operates or how you get to be like the top 1, 2, or 3 in the listings, because quite often you'll only see 3 companies. He didn't talk too much about that. He said he couldn't share that with us. But the other things that I found really, really interesting, there was a lady that presented. She was from the Australian Business Consulting and Solutions. And they spoke to us about low-cost to no-cost digital marketing solutions for SMEs. I personally actually don't even know what SME stands for. Something I was going to actually Google today, but I haven't done that. It wasn't high on my priority list. I'm sure one of you in the group knows what it means.
Was it SME?
Yeah, SME. It's a terminology that's used with websites and.
If anyone knows, pop it in the little small to medium enterprise. There you go. Thanks, Sonia.
Oh, small to medium
enterprise.
Well, what does it actually really mean? SMEs. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So low cost to no cost marketing solutions. So they shared with us some of the obvious things, like making sure that you plan your process, which is basically what you've been talking about, setting your goals, doing your affirmations, putting stuff on your notice boards, doing your dream board and all that kind of stuff. But 2 free tools that she mentioned was Buffer and Hootsuite. And these 2 platforms to post social media regularly. So you can actually set up the social media. I haven't looked at it yet, but you can set up the social media so it posts when you have asked it to post. So you can virtually plan your week, say on the weekend, on a Sunday, of all your posts that you're going to do. Obviously you can't do Facebook Live because you have to do that live, but everything else that you're posting, you could actually post at certain intervals and at the times potentially when you're talking about Amber the other day, on the times that are really important, that get the most looks or likes on Facebook.
So you can plan in advance.
In advance, so that was really interesting. And then the other one they shared with us was Business Propel. Now I'm not quite sure how this would help us as network marketers. I'm sure it works for any business, but it's a program that manages the implementation of your business strategy. So you can have a look at you type information in there about what your business strategy is, your plans, your goals, and then you can track it through the system. Again, I haven't had a look at it, but it sounded like a really good tool. But these people were actually really good. They gave us an opportunity to, you know, give them an expression of interest form, and they were offering a 2-hour one-on-one consultation workshop. And they also, I saw some pricing in here somewhere, $450. Yeah, $450 to give you an assessment of your current business situation and how best you can market it with solutions. I thought that was pretty good, actually.
Yeah. So Hootsuite and Buffer, that would actually be really handy, I think, to be able to put up some, you know, even if it's just your inspirational quote posts, you know, those that sort of, you know, invigorate emotion in people. Even just do on a Sunday, plan all those out for your week so you don't have to worry about it during the day would be brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. Because you don't want to be thinking every, you know, 2 hours. I mean, I've got lots and lots of tips that I've been given on social media lately. I haven't put any of them really into action much yet. But that's obviously one of them that you could definitely do, planning ahead. And I think that's really valuable, planning ahead. You don't want to be doing it every 2 hours. You don't be having to think about that. Plus, you've got to think about everything else, especially if you need to do your cold calls and your follow-ups. And that keeps you quite busy if you're doing it full time.
Yes,
or even part-time when you're working as well.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot to fit in.
Jamie said she's going to share a link with a video that shows you how to use Buffer. That would be awesome. Thank you. That'd be terrific.
That's great, Jamie. Thank you. There was something else I was going to say as well, and I can't remember. It's gone out of my head now. I was going to ask somebody. Oh, yeah. Kim, I think it was you that posted your affirmations with a photo in the background. And one of my challenges by my coach is to actually find an app where I can take photographs, either using other people's photographs, affirmations, whatever, but actually put my signature on the bottom of it. So what company or app or whatever it was that you used, or can anyone else share others?
It's PixArt.
PixArt.
Yeah, PICSART. I'm the master.
Okay.
I'm the master of that because even Brodie Holland wanted to know where it was. You get it in the App Store.
Right. And is it easy to use?
Very, very easy to use.
It has to be easy.
Yeah.
Beautiful. PixArt. Thank you for that.
Carolyn, if you check your messages, I actually, you know, your affirmation, I actually did that on a picture for you because I really like that one.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
There's another one out there called Word Swag, which is really simple to use as well.
Word Swag.
That's another, just have a look. I use that one. That's another one. Just, you know, have a look. There's a few out there, but that one's easy to use.
Okay. Awesome.
Just bring it back.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
And I'm just I was going to say another app that you can use is Quote Creator. So you know how there's all the inspirational quotes like the Janice ones. Mm-hmm. There might be ones that you actually just want to create yourself. So rather than actually just taking something which we find pumped out everywhere across the net. So yeah, just an app. It's if you pay it's only a few dollars or so, then it removes the watermark, and so there's nothing that gives any evidence that it's an external app. And you can actually sign it off, particularly if it's something that you make up, and you're probably all the time coming up with quotes, but you don't really give yourself credit for what you do. And that's something, once again, you could schedule into like Hootsuite.
Yeah, exactly.
So that you've got the once a week. I was going to say to the other, it's my husband who is sitting here. Something on the other thing I was just going to mention too, just Sue, with your comment around Google not giving anything away around the algorithm thing. I don't know if you guys have noticed more recently, but the top anything that comes up, say 1, 2, or 3, is more typically now YouTube clips. So it's actually really interesting. There's been a really big transition away from I guess what had been traditional content to now YouTube. And I don't know if anyone knows, or Amber, if you've got any contacts, but I guess my sense is that YouTube is something that's really underutilised within this space, in the network marketing space. And the fact that it's actually getting so much credibility in terms of organic search engines, I think there's probably some really good potential. If we've got expertise to actually look at how we can start to build it. And when you think the skills that we've got, I mean, if you can do a Facebook Live, then the videos and creating a YouTube clip is absolutely nothing, because you've got the ability to be able to edit it afterwards. So I think it's something good to think around later on.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. Some good tips there. Thanks, everybody. And how's the patient, Sue? I have to ask you.
Oh, getting better.
Oh, dear. That nasty man flu, I don't know how they survive it. I really don't. No, tell him I want my Superman back. Man up.
So do I.
You know what's funny about me?
What was that?
George was sick a couple of weeks ago. I'd been terribly sick. Should have ended up in the hospital, because when you're face first in the shower, yeah. But anyway, he got sick after that. Man flu. I called the home doctor because he didn't want to go to the doctor. And then luckily enough, or funnily enough, I should say, there was a guy answering the phone. Oh, may I ask what the patient's symptoms are? Man flu. Oh,
we'll send an ambulance.
He goes, I don't think the system will allow me to put man flu in. Can you give me some other descriptions? I said, everything associated to man.
That's funny.
Okay.
He's got a runny nose, but he thinks he's dying.
Oh, dear me.
Oh, that's hilarious. They're all the same. Well, look, guys, I want to thank everybody for sharing tonight. If anybody's got anything else to add, just feel free to unmute yourselves and go for it. But I think you guys added a lot of value tonight, so thank you so much. Tomorrow morning I am going to be talking about mindset, which I think, is one of the biggest hurdles for people succeeding. And, just a few hints and tips on, getting those bad thoughts out and making it a habit to quieten those bad thoughts and to, get a more positive mindset, to change your mindset to a really positive one in every aspect of your life, not just in business. So hopefully you'll get a bit of benefit out of that tomorrow morning. And I'll tell you now, I'll give you a bit of warning that one of the challenges tomorrow morning is to think of a reward for yourselves, because, you guys have, been on these calls morning and night. And, the only reason you've missed a few is if you've had live events or, something in your personal life happen, which is completely understandable. So I think you all need to be very proud of yourselves, gives yourselves a pat on the back. Your dedication and commitment has been remarkable, and I'm really proud of all of you. And I think this week's been fantastic, and I'm really glad that I did this, and you guys have helped me a lot as well. So for myself, I'm going to buy myself a bottle of wine, and I've already told my husband I'm having a sleep in on Saturday. And so that's my reward for, having a kick-ass week and, gelling with all you guys morning and night. And so have a think about what you want to reward yourself with. And if it's a glass of wine or a bottle of wine, whichever way you want to go, I'll cheers you tomorrow night. So, book a massage or just do something. Do something for yourselves. You deserve it. And I don't think we do it enough. I don't think as women we do enough of it. I say to my husband, if you're going to play golf every week, then I'm going to go for a massage every week. But apparently that didn't go down very well. He's giving me the dirty look right now. So it didn't go down very well. But, celebrate. You've done an awesome job. You've done amazing. We haven't finished yet. We've got one more day to go. So let's finish it off really strong. Hope you guys have an awesome night. It's been fantastic seeing you all again tonight. Katrina, thank you so much for sharing. I promise I won't post that on YouTube.
That's all right.
Amazing, Kat.
Yeah, amazing. And Paulini, thanks for coming on
Amber.
tonight. I hope you got some benefit out of that as well. So I shall see you all bright and early tomorrow morning.
Sleep
Not
well, Amber.
Bye. See you later, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Mwah.
I'll post those links on.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Awesome.
Okay. See you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.